What's up, guys? It's Johnny
and Stephanie.
Welcome back to Orlando Out of Context.
We just wanted to have a little episode where we chit chat.
Yeah, it's been a minute that we have just had a little episode of just us just chit chatting and kind of catching up and having people listen what we've been up to lately. So it's been good.
We've been having a lot of guests, not a lot, but like I think our last couple episodes. If you missed out on our episode last week, we had the Lunas on, and we talked about sex and all kinds of
sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Yeah.
Alternative relationships and sexual freedom and all the fun things, all the positions, all the things.
Yes, it was a fun topic. I definitely would love to do another interview in the future with the Lunas as well to talk about some other fun topics also. So
I don't know about you, but I really want to go to the Secrets Hideaway Resort. I want to go to what was the other place? The sex dungeon place.
That'd be kind of cool. The sex dungeon.
I mean,
kind of fun.
I don't know. I just want to like kind of watch what other people do. Not that I want to be like some creepy old person, but I like.
You're gonna be a perv, just
I don't want to just like be a peeping Tom, but I really do want to see. I'm a people watcher. I love watching people. So
it's okay. You're gonna be a peeping Tom, but I'll be there right along with you.
John said you can just sit at the bar and have a drink and
I mean, I'll be down for it. Why not? Who knows? You can probably meet some fun, interesting people, and that's kind of fun because those types of people are very like open-minded and liberated, and they're not so closed off. Like a lot of people, like people get so freaking offended by every little damn thing you do or don't do. So it's like
for sure.
It's annoying.
I mean, I actually go to a nudist resort as part of my job. Like, so I visit them and I kind of know the people there really well. And they're like the nicest people. They're so, I mean, the things that they talk about, they want to have like intelligent conversation. They are really nice and open and kind. They've invited me there to like hang out with them when I'm not at work, which is like a little bit weird, but
it's because it's not your forte. But I mean, that's cool because like a lot of those people, they're like you said, they're educated. They want to have good conversations. They just want to be free and not be judged, And then especially if they're coming from the corporate America where they have to like be so reserved and like uptight with the stick up their ass, just gives them that freedom to just like literally let loose and let their balls hanging and their boobs sagging. Like, why not? Why not? So your sister just visited us here recently. How was that? What did you guys do?
We did so much stuff. Like when I messaged you the other day and I was like, he was like, Johnny was like, what did you do today? And I was like, oh, I filmed like 6 TikTok videos. And he was like, Jesus, what were you doing?
Yeah, we were just what were you doing then?
My sister, she's my biggest fan. I swear to you, she's our biggest fan. And she always has a list of like stuff she wants to do that she saw us do already. But this trip, she was kind of more open to like helping me like see some new stuff. So we went to this French cafe in Dr. Phillips.
Ooh, I love some French macaroons.
Yeah, they had pastries. They had what did my sister got? What is that like thing that's like a really skinny pancake and then they fold it? A crepe. Yes, she got a crepe. So this place I've been there before actually, and they have this amazing waffle. And the waffle, it's not really what you would think it is. It's not like fluffy and fat like a Belgian waffle. It's kind of like thinner, but then it almost tastes like it has a sweet outer coating. Almost like if you would take a donut and smash it in a waffle maker.
Ooh.
But unfortunately, they just like with freaking COVID taking everything from us, they were like, oh, we haven't had the waffles for a little while because our supplier can't get them. And I was like, are you not gonna have the waffles forever? And he was like, no, we're trying to get them, but we just haven't had them for a little bit. So unfortunately, the whole reason I took my sister there was to get these waffles, but she ended up excited because she wanted a crepe. So she got a Nutella crepe and I got a chocolate croissant, and they had a ton of good pastries. It seems like a really cool place where like a lot of people like hang out to do work like on their
Yeah,
laptops.
it's like a little. It sounds like a little pastry slash coffee shop where you get
Yeah,
nice dessert and
because we
just.
were there like mid-morning in the middle of the week, and there was like a ton of people just chilling there, like adults. So
There's probably a lot of people who can work from home, like remotely. Like
yeah,
I work from home, but I can't like move around. I have to stay here because I have a desktop, not a laptop, so I can't
yeah,
really.
these people were straight up doing like all their work on the laptop, drinking
Oh, that's
coffees,
pretty cool. Did you make a video
enjoying.
of that place or?
Yeah, I did. So stay tuned.
Okay, because I want to see that. That'd be
We
nice.
we went to the Orlando Art Museum, which is, I've been living in Orlando since 2006 and I've never been.
I've never been either. I've heard that they have all these really cool like exhibits and different things going on throughout the year. So didn't you say
I'd
there was?
really like to go one year for their Christmas tree thing. They have like a really short Christmas tree event where they have Christmas trees. I want to go for that one year.
Isn't there? Didn't you said something before about like an event or an upcoming event with them coming up or something that they do like every month or whatever?
So by the time the podcast comes out, it'll already be past. But each month, the first weekend of the month, if you are a Bank of America or Merrill Lynch card holder, you can get in for free. And then the first Thursday of every month, they're gonna have like an evening event from like 6 to 9, where they have like music and cocktail type hour. I guess the museum is not normally open that late, but it's kind of
That'd be
like
kind of
local
cool.
musicians and then outside artists do like mini
Ooh, that'll be kind of fun to
setups.
go with friends or a cute little date night, you know?
Yeah.
So that'll be good. So for our listeners, and you said it's the first Thursday of
The
every
first
month.
Thursday of every month, and then the
So then
first
hopefully
weekend
when this
for the
gets
free
out,
entry.
then yeah, they can go see it in April then. Okay. I
Yeah.
have to go
So
because I've never been. So I'll be kind of fun to check that out.
yeah.
That'd be
I mean,
fun,
it was,
yeah.
and when we went, they had a special display for Black History Month. It was pretty cool. It was like really bright. I wouldn't, I'm not very, I love art, but I'm not really sure of all the different styles. It kind of looked like street art. It was very bright and bold, and I liked it. It was cool. They also had a Chihuly piece. I don't know if you're familiar with Dale Chihuly. He makes the blown glass sculptures. They're in
Oh,
a lot of really big places, like a couple of the big hotels in Las Vegas have a Chihuly sculpture.
uh-huh.
Two of the Disney cruise ships have Dale Chihuly chandeliers in the atrium of the ship.
Uh-huh.
And, he's kind of a well known artist. So they do have one Chihuly piece there. That was kind of cool.
Nice. I would have to check that out because I really don't know who that artist is. So I like art. I just don't know like as far as like the different types of artists or the different types of designs. I look at something, it's like, oh, if it's pretty or if it intrigues me,
Yeah.
I like it. That's the you could say I am the basic bitch when it comes to knowing anything about art. I can appreciate it, I just don't know anything about it.
Well, Dale Chihuly, he's like, once you look at his art, you'll be able to pick it out anywhere because it basically looks all the same. Like everything is the same style. And that's the only reason why I really remember it. Because a long time
It's
ago,
kind of like
I went to a whole museum that was just Dale Chihuly. And I feel like it was here in Florida somewhere, maybe like near Tampa.
nice. It's kind of like this Colombian artist. It's called. His name is Botero, and he's really popular in Colombia. Has a really big scene also in Florida, here in Florida, but like down in Miami area because there, a lot of the Latinos and stuff. And the majority of his art and sculptures are of these fat women, and they're
Fat
curvy.
women?
Yeah, fat women. Yeah, the
Oh.
sculptures and paintings of fat women, and they're really interesting. Some of his work, and then another famous artist that I know is it Brito or Brito? something like that. He's a Brazilian one, and his is a little bit more abstract, and he has all these very rich, colorful designs, very abstract. I've even seen some of his designs like on people's suitcases, like he'll like all the little designs and stuff is on the suitcases. Um, I've been to, I've seen a museum of Picasso's art when I was in Barcelona.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got to see some of Picasso's stuff. And you can kind of tell like all his stuff is really his because if it's all like very abstract and very like, I don't know, sometimes I feel some of these artists where their minds, they got to be on some damn drugs. Like it literally looked like
say
acid.
A lot of artists are suffering, they have mental things going on. And that's a lot of creatives, I think. A lot of creative people have a lot of what's the word I want to say, like not normal brains. What's the thing that people say now? Not that you're on the spectrum, but you're either neurotypical or neuroatypical. And that has to do with the way that your brain functions. I was just watching today, I just finished up, there's a new documentary on Netflix about Kanye West. And I hate Kanye. I think he's a fool and I don't like him at all. But I love watching documentaries, and I like watching like how people, like what Kanye was before he was Kanye, like how he got to where he is now, being crazy and yelling and throwing fits. And that's like him. He's done all these brilliant things. I mean, brilliant is I guess that's up for discussion, but it's because he has an atypical brain. Like he definitely thinks way different than most other people.
That's true. I'll admit, like, I'm not necessarily a major fan of Kanye and stuff. I mean, I've of course, obviously, we all heard some of his music, and so when you told me Kanye, the first thing I thought about was his album from 2013, 2014, and that his music on that album was like the best for me. Like, I really liked a lot of his songs.
I think that was his Pablo album.
I think it was Yeezus album, I believe. I don't remember.
To me, I just love original Kanye, like College Dropout, like before Kanye got crazy. I feel like that was his best album, hands down. That album came out during a really exciting time of my life. So you ever listen to music and the music just takes you back to what you were experiencing in your life at that time?
Yes, and I think that's the reason why I like that album from 2013, 2014.
Yeah, for sure.
But
go ahead.
No. Yeezus. I was right. It's called Yeezus. I just looked it up. That Yeezus album was for me was one of my favorite ones from him.
You should watch the documentary. It's 3 parts. Each part is like an hour and 45 minutes.
Does it have him talking and kind of really? So he actually decided to sign up and actually talk about it then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not like, I wouldn't say it's like interviews with the camera, but it's just like this man, he followed him through, his whole lifetime since basically like maybe like, I don't know, the early 2000s or maybe the late 90s, before Kanye was like, and that was like the coolest part to me because they showed like things where, so everybody thought Kanye was just like a producer and they never took him as like a real rapper, and he wanted to be a rapper, even though he was a brilliant producer and produced a lot of stuff for like Jay-Z and other rappers. They have him like in this documentary, like busting into like a records headquarters office, and he would just start singing for people, and it would just be like these office bitches like looking at him like, do you realize I'm just a secretary? Like like I'm just here hourly, like
I'm just here to get my little coins.
So he was just busting into everyone's office, just singing and like just putting himself out there. And it kind of was like a little inspirational to me because, you just have these points in your life where you sit down and you think like, why do I do what I do every day? Because does anybody even like it? Is anyone even listening? Does anyone even care? Like, but if you really believe in something, you just have to keep doing it. You have to keep putting it out there. You have to keep shouting it to the world
and not give up.
And not give up. And eventually, if somebody will like it, what you do.
No, and it's true, and it's something that you're very passionate about and love. That makes a huge difference as far as continuing and not want to give up. So
Yeah.
I think that what makes the difference between, a person who has no passion or desire or something and they're just doing it to get a paycheck versus somebody that even though they're not necessarily making money on it, they continue doing their craft, eventually getting it even better and finally getting their big break moment and then bam, blow up. So that's kudos to him for that at least.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, so what else did you
Exactly.
do with your sister then with the what
We just piddle poddled all over Orlando. We did some shopping. We went to some little stores that she wanted to go to. We
any
went to
new spots that you
the
haven't seen yourself?
what'd you say?
Any new spots? Any spots that you haven't seen
Um
or been to yourself?
no, well, we went to this place called the Succulent Empire, which
Okay.
is in like over there near Ivanhoe Village. And this place had we were just driving and I just saw it and I was like, oh, let's go over there because I've been kind of like on a plant frenzy lately. Like I've been wanting to bring
Yeah, with
plants
all your
into my
little
home.
plants you've been buying.
And may I add, they're all still alive, thank
I
God.
know, shockingly, right?
But so we went in this place and like they had all these like rare plants and they
Hmm.
had a plant that was $8,000.
Holy crap.
And I mean, this place was really like, if you're a plant aficionado, this is the place to go. They had tons of like all kinds of species, cactus. They had different rooms and they even had like, these machines that like mist the plants and like
Hmm.
keep them. They had some, what do you call those, greenhouses?
Yeah.
So, they had this plants that needed to be in specific environments in their specific environments. So they seem to be pretty knowledgeable about all the plants in there.
Well, I mean, shit, for $8,000, like
I know,
that
right?
must be some type of very rare plant then. Speaking of aficionados and plants, remember when we went to the that speakeasy bar, Propaganda 8?
Propagate.
Propagate. I always say it wrong. But yeah, but the same thing. It's like I like the whole decor with all the different plants and the unique drinks, and so that'd be kind
You
of
know what?
cool.
I hate when I follow on Instagram and it's like they really do their job. Like they really make a nice Instagram because it's like every week I want to go there because they're always posting like new cute drinks and like new items that are on the list. And I'm like,
That's how they keep you. Instead of
I
and that's the
know.
smart way to do it. You have one small basic menu and then rotate it every so often to keep people guessing and wanting more. So that's also a good thing. And that's what Gideons does too with their cookies. They have their main cookies and then they have a new cookie like every month. So I'm what's the cookie? By the way, speaking of cookies, do you know what the new cookie is for this month for March?
I think it's some kind of coffee cookie.
Like the coffee
Let's
toffee one, right?
see. It is coffee toffee chocolate chip.
Ooh,
Um,
that sounds
Filled
yummy.
and topped with freshly ground espresso beans and complemented with toffee for a sweet crunch and chocolate for richness in our vanilla bean cookie,
Oh, see,
finished
that
with a
sounds good.
sprinkling of sea salt. That
Yeah,
sea salt gets me, man. I think that sea salt on a lot of the cookies just like
I
sets
think
my
that's
mouth
their
on
little
fire.
secret.
I
Yeah,
love it.
that's their like little secret ingredient that they do with their cookies. And you said that you had their like a new cake thing that they had there too, right?
I had the rainbow crunch cake, which is only available on Fridays,
Ooh.
uh, because my sister. So when she was here, she left on Friday, like Friday evening. So she went
Mhm.
to Disney Springs in the morning because I had to work. So she went to Disney Springs, and I said, "Oh, can you please get me a piece of that cake?" Because I know that I'll never be at Disney Springs that early on a Friday
Yeah,
because it
exactly.
probably sells out because it's limited. So it was good, but it was very sweet. So it's like
You
three
know
or
me,
four
I would like
layers with like marshmallow buttercream, and then it had like what's on a coffee cake, like the topping of a coffee
yeah,
cake,
like the
like those
crumble,
crumbles.
crumble.
I
Yeah,
love those. I love those so much, and those were in there too. And then the cake is like funfetti, but their
it
cake
looks.
is awesome. I love their
Yeah,
cake.
it
Their
looks. It
chocolate
looks
cake, like
yummy.
the icing is so good.
It looks really yummy, and with the rainbow and stuff, and me being gay, that's just like sign me up. Give me more gayness. I would just eat it just because of the rainbow. I'm an easy sell.
And
Well, that's
I
good
love
that
it
you
because
fun.
it's not their aesthetic. Like color is not their aesthetic. So
No, it's not.
that
Even
cake is
with the
special.
marketing, like on their Instagram, it's like even though it's all that color, they have an all black background, so it still
Yeah.
kind of keeps to their aesthetics at the either way. So that's a
Yeah,
good
for
thing.
sure.
But I mean, that's good that you and your sister had fun going around and taking
We
her around.
also took we took a little trip um towards Tampa. I'm not really sure exactly where we were. It was basically between Tampa and here, maybe like a little past Lakeland.
Hmm.
We went to an air museum, and my sister said that this place is actually hosts like one of the biggest air shows in the country. And it's
Really?
gonna be, I think, next month.
Oh, I know what you're talking about because when you drive towards Tampa, you pass by, you see like that big plane. Like,
No, we thought that's what it was, but it wasn't. It's a
no,
little bit past there. It's a little bit
really?
past there. So
So
she
what
said
is that
like people
benefit?
just like fly in their planes for this event, and then they like pitch a tent underneath the plane. Because it was like literally in the middle of nowhere, and I was like, I wonder where people stay when they come for this event, because there's not even a restaurant in sight, let alone a hotel. It's the Florida Air Museum, um,
Ooh, okay.
Florida's official aviation museum and education center.
So
So
then what is that plane that when you're driving on I-4 towards Tampa, then that's not part of
that's some other kind of like plane. I don't know. I feel like it's probably a roadside attraction, kind of like
uh
that dinosaur. You know the
yeah.
dinosaur too.
Don't they
I
still
feel
have
like
that place,
it's
dinosaur
something
land?
like that. We were gonna catch that on the way back, but it was closed already by the time we were making our way back.
I'm surprised that's still even in business even after COVID.
I know.
Because Holy Land closed, but I think Holy Land closed even before COVID. And
I think it had some. I think Holy Land closing had something to do with the people that owned it or the government. I feel like it was owned by the government of Israel or so, I don't know, something like that. Don't quote me.
yeah, I wonder what they're gonna do with that land over there where the Holy Land is. I heard they're gonna do something. I just don't remember what.
You see, they opened up the express lane on I-4. Have you used it yet?
Yes. So I'm kind of excited about that because hopefully it'll help since I live here in downtown Orlando, it'll help alleviate some of the traffic. So and everything's finally like the majority of the construction, at least on my side of town, it's pretty much done with. So I
Maybe
haven't
next time I come to you, I'll test it out, because I'm always like, anytime I have to go meet Jonathan, um, and I'm headed his way. So I live like over near SeaWorld. He lives near downtown. Every single time I hit like so much traffic, and I'm always texting him like, I'm almost there. It's fucking traffic.
I
God
know, I
damn
know.
it.
I know,
I
but you just
always
got to
hit the
leave a little
traffic.
bit earlier because of the traffic. And I noticed that with the express lane, it's not one set price. The prices change actually, so it depends on how busy and how much of traffic jams there are. Because like when I came back last night, from your place, it said $0. So you can go on it and you're not going to be charged it, but of course you still have to have your e-pass, and I don't have my e-pass with me, so I didn't go on it because I didn't want to get billed or get a fine or something like that.
So I wonder what the highest price is.
I don't know. It just really depends on the distance because it shows you the different exit. One of the exits that I saw was the Cayley Street exit in Michigan Street, and which is the one that I take anyways to go home anyway. So that would have been kind of good to do. But I also saw that it connects to the 528 as well.
Ooh, that could be helpful.
So that gotta be helpful, especially like for tourists, getting to the airport and stuff. Especially if you're like in Disney or Universal and stuff,
Yeah.
just hop on that and then take the express lane towards the 528.
We
So
gotta test her out.
yeah, so that bad boy opened up on Saturday. So we got to test it out to see how it is for us. That's good news
So
for me. That'll help alleviate a lot of traffic for sure.
definitely, definitely. You live like right where all the traffic is, basically.
I mean, I have all the highways nearby, the 408, the I-4, so it's convenient, but it's also can be a pain in the ass, you know?
So something that I did that was really exciting for me was I went to sample out Joey Fatone's hot dog truck. So
Ooh.
those of you who are longtime listeners of the podcast know that Joey Fatone is basically one of my dream podcast guests because, he is like Mr. Orlando. I've
Yes.
personally seen him around Orlando, just living his life. And, he, I think loves Orlando and he's lived here for a long time. So I saw on his Instagram for his food truck, Fat Ones, that they were going to be taping some sort of food show here in Orlando. And if you want a chance to meet Joey and have the hot dogs, like text this number. So I just text the number, like not even thinking anything of it, like thinking there's no way that I'll get picked. So then, like a couple weeks later, I get a message like, "You've been selected to meet Joey and try the hot dogs." And I was like,
God.
"Oh my God." And then I go by myself, unfortunately, because I only got an invite for myself, and then by the time I got the invite and you went ahead and answered, it texted that was already full.
I didn't
But
get
honestly, I just didn't think I would get chosen, so I didn't really bother to tell
though.
you.
Yeah.
So I went out there and it was really nice because there weren't that many people there. There was like 40 people there. And they were filming for this show called Man vs. Food. I've never watched it, but
I've seen it before, but years ago. Yeah.
So they were just filming basically about the hot dogs, his truck, and everything. And then after they were done filming, he came out and we took pictures. I got a selfie with him, got to meet him, shake his hand, invite him to be on the podcast. So, hopefully he will follow up with us. We would love to hear from him. We would love to talk about Orlando.
We need you on our podcast.
Joey, we want you on the podcast, please.
Come on board.
The hot dogs, they were, I'm not a hot dog fan, but these were some big ass hot dogs.
They look good.
They were fat and long, and then they had like a lot of random toppings.
Fat and long.
Oh, we love fat and long around here. And then it came with like these things called Brooklyn Flats. So they were kind of like a hybrid French fry / chip. So they were very thinly sliced, wide potatoes, and they were like a little bit crunchy, but not, it was like a half potato chip, half fry type thing. And then he also has I think like Italian ice on the truck, but they didn't have it that day. So this was the first time I ever actually got to try his food, because he was doing like local events around Orlando for a while, but I haven't seen the food truck at any of the events I've been to.
Different places and stuff.
But you can follow on Fat One's truck. Fat One's Orlando is the IG. And they'll update you.
I gotta try one of his hot dogs then. You know what's so funny? I actually met Joey Fatone. This was like years ago when I was in college doing an internship. I did an internship with this public relations company. I don't even know. Yeah. So this was
never told me that story.
I'm just thinking about it right now. So it was in 2010. We did a really fun event called Fashion Funds the Cure at the Saks Fifth Avenue back in the days when it was at the Florida Mall. And it was a fashion show for kids who have cancer. So basically what it was is we had like all of the different sponsors and local like restaurants come and like provide obviously the food, the drinks. One of the sponsors was oh my God, I can't believe I forgot the name of them. The bubbly Barefoot Wines.
Okay.
And then we had local celebrities like the news anchors, and one of the local celebrities was Joey Fatone. And I was doing the internships. I was responsible of, like emailing the people, getting all the different sponsorships. Zero was there. They had stingrays. They had a little penguin. They had all these cool little animals that you can like pet and stuff. And then the little girls, and boys were able to pick out their outfits in Saks Fifth Avenue because they had a kids section, and the local celebrities would walk out with them on the runway. So it was a really fun event.
That's so
and I got to meet Joey Fatone then. So if you're listening, Joey, I don't know if you remember that event, Fashion Funds to Cure. So I remember meeting you then. And I met his mom. His mom is really awesome too. She used to do a lot of she was the MC at Pulse Orlando.
Oh.
Yeah, this was back like in same thing 2011, 2012. And she was a funny lady. I forgot her first name, but I remember her. And because she would always say, "Yeah, I'm Joey Fatone's mom. Yes, that's I'm his mother." You know, so she was pretty cool too. And it was open mic night. I think it was like some kind of special event that they had at Pulse years ago, obviously. And I still remember that. And when you actually brought that up now about the, meeting him, I was like, oh my God, I remember actually meeting Joey Fatone too. So that was pretty cool.
I can't believe you never told me that. Like all this time I was texting you like, oh my God, I'm gonna meet him soon. And I sent you the pictures from, right after I met him.
That's pretty cool though. Like
I'm gonna put the pictures on IG, and we're also gonna make a TikTok about the truck. So stay tuned for that. Yes, you know what? I kind of had a really like epiphany when I was at this event. So let me just set the scene for you. Okay. There's 40 people there. I would say like 35 of them were women, and
only 35.
Oh, I mean, there was only a few dudes there, okay? Because, these are all women who were, like, obsessed with Joey Fatone, okay? Yeah. These are, like, his biggest fans. And, like, some of them even brought, like, things for him to sign, like, NSYNC toys and, like, different things like that.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
And I'm just sitting on this bench, and I'm sitting next to this girl, and she's like, and I was like, oh, are you an NSYNC fan? And she's like, no, but my mom really likes him, so, and she didn't get the invite, so I'm just here to just, meet him for her. And then I was like, I think in my mind, like, oh my God, how old is this girl? And then I look at all the other women, and I'm like, I said to her, how old are you? And she says, 18. And I said, oh my God, I'm one of these old bitches here. I'm one of these old bitches who used to love NSYNC. Like, from my point of view, I'm looking at everybody there and I'm like, Jesus, a bunch of old bitches here.
And in reality,
and then once I start talking to her, I realized I'm part of that old bitch crew.
I would have been an old bitch too if I was there too, because that was our era back then,
I know. So it's funny, like I was talking to her, I was like, yeah, I mean, like they used to be really huge and they were just really amazing. Like music was so different back then.
Oh yeah.
I mean, music was magical. Like I was never really an NSYNC fan, like a hardcore fan, because I was obsessed with Hanson from when I was 12 and to present day. My heart belonged to Hanson, which was not a band that people like loved a lot. Like they were really popular, but they were not as popular as NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. But I still loved NSYNC music. I still love Backstreet Boys music. Yeah. Like all that music, like Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera and like everything. I mean, even O-Town. Did you ever listen to O-Town?
Yeah, I remember O-Town.
I would like to have O-Town, someone from O-Town on the podcast too. I think that would be a fun podcast as well.
Backstreet Boys too.
Yeah, I mean, kind of cool. It's just like I miss those times of music. I really, really do. And I was getting so like emotional when I was talking to that girl, and then I was like, Jesus, I feel so old.
But you know what? We're not even that old, but it was a different type of generation, and like
it's like a lot of the women there, they had children with them, and then I was just like, because I don't have children. Jonathan and I talk a lot about this because we don't have children. So when you don't have children, it kind of like, I don't know, it kind of keeps you young. Like when you look at other people, you don't, in your mind, you don't group yourself with those people. So even though these women were my age, in my mind, I'm still young and free. And
here you don't have all the stress from kids and all the chaos that comes with raising a little fucker. Don't get me wrong, I like kids, but like I don't know, it's such a. I like them for a small doses. Like I can't like full time, because like if I were to ever have a kid, like I need to have me a nanny. I'll be like, all right, you're crying, go to your mother. Or if no,
It's
God,
a
it's
hard
just
no.
anxiety
Now
thinking about
that
it.
you're playing it through your mind, you're like, yeah, it's a hard no.
Yeah, that's a hard no. Thank God I'm gay. You know how many people, women, tell me that they want to have kids? Like, I swear to you, I sometimes feel if I was fucking straight, like, I would have so many fucking bitches pregnant. No,
You
no
could have bitches
disrespect.
pregnant now if you wanted
I
to.
know, and they want me to get them pregnant, which is the fucked up part. They
Because
do.
it's because you're beautiful. Like you have really good features.
Thank
If
you.
you're gonna mate
It's
with
the eyes.
somebody, you should if you're gonna mate with somebody outside of it being for love, you'll want to choose someone who's beautiful or
Yeah.
intelligent or both.
Yes. Yes.
And
I
that's what
feel
it
that I have
is.
both. I feel that I have both, you
Yes. You
know.
have good eyes and good hair.
Good hair. Yeah. Look at my hair.
Oh,
It's a mess
that
today.
hair.
No, but for real, like so many people, like I sometimes think about that. Like if I was straight, like I probably would have already been married like in my mid 20s, maybe late 20s. I probably would have had already 2 to 3 kids. Hell, I could have probably already been on my second marriage by now, you know? Like,
Yeah, it's
I don't
easy
know.
for a man, you know?
That's what I'm
Being a
saying. Like,
man in
I don't know
life
if
is
I would be
easy.
a player or if I would be loyal and faithful. I think I would because even as a gay man, even though I haven't done a lot of relationships, I feel like I will be monogamous and loyal and faithful to my partner as long as he is as well. So
Yeah.
even though I'm just saying this on, jokingly and stuff, I think deep down, even if I was straight, I would be loyal to my wife.
Good.
You know,
I'm
like
proud of you for that.
even though I'm single, my motto's still whole life or no life. But when I'm in a relationship, I'm serious and
I
I'm
mean,
committed.
just like we talked about with the Lunas, relationships have all kinds of seasons, and
Yeah.
you have to communicate with your partner. Starting out monogamous is great. If then, as you've been married for like 10, 15 years, you might want to
Oh
you
yeah.
might want to liven it
Open
up, but it's
minded.
all about talking to your partner
Exactly. And
and
that's true
making
what
sure
the
you're
Luna
both on
said.
the same
That
page.
communication is key for sure. No matter what, in any relationship, whether you're dating somebody, your coworkers, your boss, your friends, communication is always key to everything. And I agree with what the Luna said about, how that people want to stigmatize, people being in open relationships or swinging and things like that. It's like, why not? If you've been together monogamous for a long time and things are getting stagnant and kind of stale, like why not spice it up a bit? So I agree.
Yeah.
Like in the beginning, because especially for me, since I haven't had that many relationships, I know for sure in the beginning I will want to be loyal, just him and I. And then obviously, if we're together many years, I'm open to bringing in some more fun along the way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. It's like, when you have jobs, as soon as you master one job, you're ready to climb to the next level and open up your mind and your experience and like try new things.
Oh my God, I'm so ready for that too. Trying some new things with jobs. Speaking of jobs, didn't you apply
Yes, girl,
or
I got me a
tell me,
new
girl, tell me.
job. I'm so
Wow.
happy. So I know we don't talk too much personal things on this podcast, but
Yeah.
we're trying to work on that too. We do want to open up to you. I am so excited. I'm going to be starting a new job actually on Monday. And
Yes.
this shit is going to be so good for my mental health and my
Oh
physical
my
health,
God.
my
Yeah.
emotional health, my work life balance. Like, my life is about to be real good. And
Yeah.
I am so happy.
Good. You need that. Like you've been like with this company for such a long time, and the new job is still within the same company, right? But
Yeah,
just
it's still within the same company. It's just going to be very, very different.
good.
So,
You need that. You need change sometimes because if you do the same thing, you're not what's the word I'm looking for? Challenging yourself.
yeah. And I
And that's
haven't been challenged for, a very, very long time.
yeah.
And,
And you're
you
gonna
know,
have a better schedule. That way we have more time to do all these other fun things that we
I
have to do
know.
to the
I'm gonna
company.
be a Monday through Friday bitch. And I
Oh, you're
have
gonna be
not
a
been
basic
that.
bitch. You're gonna be a basic bitch. But you know what? That basic bitch lifestyle is really great because you got that perfect work-life balance. And I think, at least for me, that's very important when it comes to a job. you know?
I've never been an office bitch my whole life. I honestly, I don't even know how to do it. I'm gonna need pointers from you guys. Like, tag me in the comments. Like, I need, like, let me know what your office bitch pointers are. Like,
Office bitch pointers.
do I need to get one of those like big ass hydro jugs? Like, I feel like that's what you do. You just drink water and you just gossip and, you know, like,
Guilty.
you take
I have
like
my
all day
office.
breaks. I don't know. What do office people do? Like, wear jeans on Friday? I mean, like, celebrate
Pretty
stupid
much.
holidays. Like,
Yeah. You might
I
find yourself
worked
a little
in a
office
nursing
dude.
home, in a hospital. I worked at Disney. So I literally have worked every weekend and every holiday since I was 16.
Yeah. You need
So
this. You deserve it. You deserve it.
I'm pumped.
Yes. Hopefully you get pumped inside the break, like not in the break room, in one of those like storage closet or something. With
Oh, I don't know about that.
Nah, but you know what? Yeah, better not to shit where you don't shit where you eat. Well, what's that saying?
No.
What's the saying?
That's what it is. Don't shit where you eat.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's okay because I'm 100% sure that won't happen where I work. So
you probably say, yeah, there ain't nobody.
There's no one eligible. So
I'm kind of like that right now with my job now. Like, I remember, like I told you last year, I had the blessing to get weekends off. Same thing with me. My whole life, I worked weekends, worked holidays, worked nights. And, you know, like even before getting weekends last year, I switched over to day shift and I was happy about that, but I still had to work on weekends. So when I got my weekend schedule last year, I was very excited about it and I still am. But I've just now in a point in my life where I'm just a little not happy so much. You know, obviously it pays the bills. I'm good at what I do with my job. You know, I like the money, but I don't feel challenged anymore. And I'm getting a little bit bored with it. And I've been telling you about this for a while too. So um, let's just see what happens. I mean, those is, you know, whatever the universe wants, whether me to continue staying here, maybe, you know, apply for something within the company as well. The company I work with is great. I love it. I've been with them for over 3 years and I really enjoy working with them. But I am ready to challenge myself with some new things and use my degree. Like, I mean, I use my degree, but like, I want to use more with it, you know? So we'll see what happens, but I'm happy for you. That's going to give you that, like you said, the mental health. It doesn't matter what type of job or how much money you have. Mental health is so important. It really is. And if you don't have that, then you're not going to be able to conquer or do anything else without it. So it's going to be a good change for you. So I'm looking forward to seeing those changes for yourself and us having those changes for us within, you know, our podcast and all of our social media stuff too.
Definitely.
So you know, I was in Puerto Rico, right? I was in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, you took another impromptu trip.
A little impromptu trip.
He calls me like, yeah, I'm going to Puerto Rico tomorrow. So, bye.
That's how I have to travel, you know, since I have, you know, my sister's flight benefits. I had to literally plan it so last minute. So it was a friend's birthday, and remember, you and I had something planned that weekend. It was Valentine's weekend, so it was like the 11th through the 13th, and those plans that we had never went through. Remember, so luckily I had those days off. And then my friend's like, hey, you know, it's my birthday. By the way, I'm going to Puerto Rico. Do you want to come? And my friends always fucking do this. They always tell me shit so last minute. And I don't mind because I do last minute things, but it's hard for me to get the time off that last minute. So thank God I already had it off. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to Puerto Rico.
You know what? I'm not going to lie. I was kind of jealous looking at your pictures because it was a large group of you guys. Like, how many people went?
It was
looked like 10?
10 of us. Yeah, 9 or 10 of us.
And I'm just thinking, like, for me to like call my friends and be like, hey bitches, you want to go somewhere? It would be like, okay, well, maybe 6 years from now, when my kids are out of daycare, or like, oh well, I can't get the time off, or oh this, or oh that. And you know, I'm kind of guilty of that too, because I was a slave to my work schedule for so long. But just like seeing 10 people who can just drop everything and be together for like a quick weekend. How fun.
It wasn't easy because I don't see my friends that often either because everybody has different, busy with their lives and work schedules and things like that. But when it comes to it, we try to make it work out. Like it took some planning on their part.
Like to get that many people like together and everyone's synced their schedules and like getting a vehicle. You had a big old 15
Oh my God, we had
van.
a freaking 14 passenger van. That was literally the party van that we had. So we ended up going to San Juan. Obviously everybody got there at different times because of the different flight schedules and stuff. So I got there in the early afternoon and I met up with everybody, got to the hotel. The hotel was a piece of shit.
Oh, you didn't tell me about this.
Yes. Okay, so the hotel was shit. For whatever reason, the hotels were expensive because on the weekends, hotel prices are usually high. It was Valentine's weekend. So hotels were not that cheap in San Juan. So we got one that was cheap. It wasn't the best hotel, but it wasn't like, it was bad. Like I'm noticing now that I'm older, like when I travel, like before, I wouldn't mind staying in some like rinky-dink hotel or staying in a hostel or whatever.
With like 4 people to the room and one person on the floor and between the beds. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm
That's
like,
how
no.
we used to travel when we were young.
Exactly.
And now
it's like, I can't do that. So we got about, we have 5 hotel rooms. So it was 2 per room. Leslie and I, we're one of the single ones in the group. So everybody else had their like, partners or whatever. And so her and I, we shacked up in a room. And the room was raggedy. Like it had like the ceilings have those pop ceiling
the popcorn.
No, not the popcorn, the panels.
So they had panel ceilings.
Yeah, panel ceilings. They were missing. They had like black mold on like the window sills, and like everything was old and outdated. Ew. Very old and outdated.
How much did you pay?
For the weekend, it was for the 2 nights. It was $300. So
each?
$150 a night. $150 a night.
I guess
that's reasonable, but like I said, everything else was like decent hotels. They were like $300 to $600 a night. Damn. So then we were like, "Fuck that! We're not paying that."
Tell everyone about your drive-through drinking experience.
Yeah. So with the 14 passenger van, we decided to we wanted to explore a little bit of San Juan. I've been to Puerto Rico before, but not to San Juan. So we decided to go to El Yunque Forest, which is the nice forest. It's about maybe like an hour away from San Juan, and it's really beautiful and stuff. So along the way, we took the scenic route, through the back roads so we can see like the water, like the beaches and the mountains and all that stuff. And along the way, they have all these little businesses, like little kiosks, basically, where you can get food, you can get drinks, and there's this drive-through bar. Like you literally drive through and you can order fucking alcohol to go.
So it's like legal to just drink and drive there in Puerto Rico?
I don't know, but we all got some freaking drinks. So we all got some really delicious mojitos, and it was big. It was a 32-ounce thing, a big 32-ounce thing of mojitos. They had tons of different flavors.
They looked good too.
It was. I got strawberry.
I like a mojito. Really
yeah, and it was cheap. It was $14 for a big 32-ounce of mojito. Wow. So obviously it had alcohol in it, but I don't think it had a shit ton of alcohol, being the fact that it was $14. You know what I mean? But it was still good, and it was basically our party bus. We were listening to music along the way. We stopped in different like little spots to take pictures. We got to the Yunque Forest late, and it was raining. But we still made the best of it. We stopped like in the different waterfall areas, stopped and looked at the different views. And then obviously we partied. We went to the clubs, we popped our pussies at the club.
Damn! I'm ready to pop my pussy. I haven't popped my pussy in a minute.
Yeah, girl. It was fun. Like some of our friends, they stayed till dawn. Like the day when we came back on we had to leave Sunday night. Some of our friends, they didn't get back to the hotel until like 7:30 in the morning.
Damn.
Like, it was crazy. I got back like around 4:30 because I was like, you know what? If we're gonna have to check out like around 11 a.m. or noon, it's like I need to get some sleep, knowing that we're gonna be out the rest of the day. like I need to get some rest. So like it's like let me
I'm
just
afraid to go to clubs because I don't want to get COVID. And I feel like when you're in the club, people are just breathing all over you and they're drinking, so their immunity is low.
Well, you know what's so funny? I'm glad that you mentioned that. So you needed to have you needed to be vaccinated, which is a good thing. I'm vaccinated. I'm boosted up. You needed to wear your mask everywhere. Everywhere you needed to wear your mask, and they always check your vaccine card if you're going to go to a restaurant. Same thing with the nightclubs. You had to show your vaccine card as well. So even though once you're inside the club, the majority of the people didn't have a mask on. I didn't have a
Yeah.
mask on as well. I was okay with it because I saw that they were checking everybody to make sure that they had their vaccine card.
And I
So
appreciate that. I think it's great, but like, I
not
mean,
like
I
in
have
Florida.
I know like known a lot of people like over Christmas and that those months who had like a lot of people, even people I work with, who were vaccinated and boosted and still got COVID.
Yeah, you're
Like
right.
I've known so many people vaccinated, boosted, and still got COVID.
Yeah, a lot of my friends did too. And when I was in Barcelona for New Year's, I was like, holy shit, like I hope I don't, get a COVID while I'm out there. And thank God we didn't. So because if we did, we would have been stranded there for at least 2 weeks before we would have come back. But it was a fun trip. I haven't done a group trip like that with my friends in a while. I think the last time was like in 2020. So it's been a minute. So it was really nice. I just wish that we were there longer so we could have done more things.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens for another trip.
I'm going to be hopefully planning a trip or two this summer because Hanson is finally going back on tour after COVID. I have not seen them for like 2.5 years almost. And that makes me so sad because I've seen them like a million times every year of my life since I was 12.
So that'll be fun and exciting for you. Are they going to come here to Orlando at all or not?
They're coming to St. Petersburg, so I have to drive down there to.
That's not far.
It's a venue called Jonas Landing, and I think it's a cute venue. It's not really where I want to be in the mid of summer because it's going to be hot, but it's a really cute venue. Anything it's like outdoors.
Hanson, right?
Anything for Hanson. I mean, I have waited in snow. I have waited in rain. I have been through it all for these boys, for these
you're
men.
A truly fangirl for sure.
Oh gosh, I just love them. And I just it's so weird. Since COVID, I've felt a little bit disconnected. Honestly, like this would probably be the first time in my life I've really felt a disconnect from them. And I know that sounds like stupid because I don't, they're not my friends, they're not my family, but I feel like I know them on that level because I have watched them. I mean, they've been in my life since I was 12 and I've met them a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
But just being apart from them this long. Yeah. I mean, I kind of and they put out an album so they had 2 albums that were ready to be released before COVID, and then because of COVID they held them back. Yeah. And then they put out one album, putting it out one song a month, which I really hate that. And then I really didn't like any of the songs except for one, which has never happened to me. Like I pretty much love everything they ever put out. So between not liking their last bunch of songs and like not seeing them for so long, I just feel like sad. I don't want to have to I hope that once I see them in person, my love is going to spark up.
Yeah, it'll spark up again. Something will spark up, right?
What's he gonna spark up?
I was gonna say something's gonna spark up down there. Oh, girl, don't get too excited now. You're getting hot over there and flustered. Speaking of hot and fun and new stuff, let's talk about Ava, the new
Lord. Park. This place, the Winter Park, it is top.
It is awesome.
We got invited for like a grand opening kind of like cocktail reception. Yes. And it's so nice. It's so classy. The environment is beautiful. The decor is amazing. Yes. I mean, I would love to go back there to have just drinks, like to just sit at the bar.
Oh, I love everything. So the chef is, how many Michelin stars does the chef have?
I think he has like 28. I think he has 27 or 28 Michelin stars in his career.
Is that even possible?
I mean, yeah, because you get them like when you go to different restaurants, you get them. So like
I don't
don't
know, but
quote me on this, but like I did a bit of research on Michelin stars because of hearing this about him.
yeah,
But like that's kind of what makes people want to grab you as a chef. So like if you
yes,
have a restaurant that's either struggling or you just want your restaurant to be elevated, you hire on a chef that is going to take your restaurant to the next level.
the next level, yeah.
So I did some research on Chef Michael, and it says like he's worked in a ton of places, like a ton of countries, a ton of restaurants, like really high end restaurants. What did you think of the food? What were some of your favorite items?
I loved everything. Like, you know me, I'm a foodie and I can be a little bit picky. Like, I'll still eat a little bit of everything, but I'm also picky. Like, I like certain seafoods, but everything was on point. Like,
It
the
had
lobster
lobster ceviche. You
was
said was
really
really really
good.
good.
The meatballs, I'm not much of a lamb eater. Like, I'll eat sometimes lamb, but it just depends because sometimes lamb can be a little bit gamey. But
Hmm.
their lamb meatballs with that tzatziki sauce, delicious. Was very delicious.
They had vegetable ratatouille.
The vegetable ratatouille was really, really good too as well. Their desserts was good. What was the one that you liked? It was the
Oh,
passion fruit. It was like
I
a
don't know what it was called, but it was like very thinly layered tarts. And then there was like a pillowy I
like
don't know,
mousse.
a mousse in between and then fresh fruit on the top.
It was really
So
good.
it was
It was
good.
really good. And then I got to try caviar for the first time there too.
What did you think of that? I skipped out on the caviar obviously because I'm just a picky eater and I have weird
Yeah.
issues on textures in my mouth. And I'm pretty sure
So the
caviar would
texture
have
was
made
really
me
good. The texture was good. So how I can kind of describe it is it tasted like, have you've drank boba tea before, right? You know, the
no, no, because I don't want those little balls in my mouth. It
I
will
mean, you
literally
like
make
other
me gag.
balls in your mouth. Okay, so to kind of describe it, it's kind of like boba balls, but obviously tinier because they're really tiny. They're little black balls.
And then they put it what on a cracker with some kind of like chive, and what was the sauce that they piped onto the cracker?
I don't remember, but just the
It was
caviar
like a
on the
cream
cracker.
cheese chive mixture or something like
Yeah,
that.
even if just the caviar on the cracker would have been just fine because the caviar itself has a lot of flavor. So it was the balls were very soft, very moist. When you put it in your mouth, it just literally melted like butter, like individually, like the little caviar fish eggs just melted. And it had a very light but salty taste. It wasn't overly fishy at all.
I
Like
feel
I
like I should have
really
tried it because I might. What if I don't get that opportunity again? Like I probably
exactly
should have tried it.
should have tried it. It
I'm
was good.
kicking
And it
myself for not trying it, but I just don't want to like. I don't want to gag in public when I'm somewhere like that. So
Yeah,
I just
but it
have
was
to
good.
make good decisions.
It looked like it was expensive caviar. Like obviously, I don't think it was like the top prime because there was a lot of people there, but it was probably a decent good quality, and you can taste it. Like it was good, and I love their drinks. What was the name of their one specialty alcohol cocktail that they had? Let me look
Just
it up here.
also follow their Instagram because they've been showing videos of like the bartenders there, like lighting the bar on fire and like pouring all these specialty drinks. They have this one drink that has like cucumber in it, like a really thinly sliced cucumber around the edge of the drink. Everything is so beautiful there. The bar is beautiful, and we had champagne too. We had champagne.
Yes. So
I
the
even
drink
had
I
some
have to
fancy
drink.
water.
Yes, the champagne was on point. They had wines. Their one of their signature cocktails. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong because it's French. I think it's Pere Francois Francis, and it's basically Belvedere vodka, Saint Germain elderflower, grilled pear, peppercorn, Grand Classico, Fino Sherry, and Blanc Vermouth.
Did I have
And
that one? Was
you
that the one that
did,
we
but
drank?
yeah, but you didn't like it that much because it was a little bit strong. So you mainly stuck to like the wine and champagne. But that was my favorite because every time I went to go get it, because they were putting them in the small glass, I was like,
Yeah.
"You please for my friend."
And then you pour them both together.
Yeah, put them both together, and I kept tipping the bartender. So I kept going to the same bartender guy. So he was cute too. He was very cute guy, the bartender, and he was very sweet. And I made sure to tip him and stuff because like he was really taking care of me. Like right away when he saw me, it's like, hey, do you need another round? I was like, yes, thank you. I need 2, please. And he would just hook it up. So
the service was exquisite too. I mean, everyone was on point. The people serving were just so
very
kind.
nice. Yeah.
I mean, everything there was top notch.
That's definitely a place to go there for like a date night or like a group of friends or even a special occasion. Like I would love to have like a birthday celebration there for my birthday.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe there'll be a magical dining this year.
Oh, I don't know about magical dining at that place. I feel like that's a place that probably is like booked up for months at a time.
Probably, especially now. But it's really great. So if you guys ever have a chance, definitely go out there for a date night or anything like that.
It was also nice because we got to meet a lot of other influencers there. Like, you know, we're always seeing our fellow influencers, you know, on Instagram and TikTok. And then when you go to these events, sometimes you don't really have time to like chat. But the way this event was set up, it was very social.
Yes.
You know, all the food we were eating was like past appetizers. So, you know, people were kind of walking around, mingling, you know, coming around table to table. So it was really nice to meet some other people.
Yeah. But it was a fun night. Like I really, really had a good time out there. That's one of the reasons why like, I love doing this because it's like you get to connect with, you know, the local businesses, meet some of the local peoples, and in our case, you know, meet some of the other social media influencers like ourselves. So it was a really, really fun event. Like I would say that so far, me doing this with you, that's been my favorite event so far.
Yeah.
Food wise, that is.
Yeah.
It was really fun. Another one that we did, and I've already been there before you did, and I've been telling you to go, and I'm glad that we got invited for the media night, was the Monroe here in downtown Orlando, Creative Village.
That place, oh gosh, the vibes there, like everything about that place, so many details, like the furniture, the seating arrangements, the lighting, everything in there is chef's kiss.
And then they had the back patio that finally opened up. What was it like 2 weeks ago that we were there? So the patio space out there. They're doing they're going to start doing events on the patio, and I think this weekend is their first one.
No, they just had it yesterday.
Oh, they had it yesterday.
So it already passed, yeah. But keep an eye. They'll probably be doing more events.
But they're gonna be doing a lot more events. The one that they just had recently was so they had like local breweries from like different local beers here, and like obviously their food and other food vendors as well. But
their chicken was on point. That chicken was so fucking good.
Yes.
And I'm sad that I only grabbed 2 chicken wings.
I told you to keep grabbing more, girl. I was like, girl, you better get some of this so you can try it.
Sadly, they have like some weird hours there too, though, because they're closed, I think, like Monday, Tuesday. And then they're open in the morning for like a coffee type shop. And then and lunch, and then in the evening for dinner. So I think there's some time in the middle that they're not open.
Yeah.
Me and my sister were gonna go there when she was here, but I don't know why we didn't. I think they might have been closed the day that we were trying to go or something.
Let me tell you, I was there in January.
I'm still trying to try that mac and cheese that you.
That's what I was going to tell you. So I was there in January, and their fucking mac and cheese is fucking amazing. Amazing. Because you know how some people, they put like all these weird cheeses, or sometimes their mac and cheese can be a little bit dry, like some white people made it, you know? So
hey
I was waiting for you to say something. And this mac and cheese was amazing. Like, it's literally Southern comfort food. The fried chicken was great.
The biscuits. Had their collard
green. Oh my God, their biscuits. Steph, you will love their biscuit. It's like a cheese biscuit, and it's buttery, and it's soft, and it's cheesy. Oh my God, everything was so fucking good. And their alcoholic drinks were really, really yummy as well.
We got to go back and just go to the bar because we have those coupons for the drinks.
And if we go during happy hour, we can even get even more discounts. They have a really good happy hour menu. They have like burgers and other sandwiches, and obviously different types of alcohols and wines that you can choose.
And that's over there in what, the Creative Village, right?
Yeah,
so this is like an up and coming area of Orlando, an area that's kind of like over by the Amway, and it seems like they're really building up that area over there.
Yeah.
So the owners of the restaurant, when we were there at that event, they did kind of like a little, I don't know, like a little talk, and they said that introduced themselves and talked a little bit about the events they're going to be planning. And they said that there are a lot of other things coming to the Creative Village. So that's something that we need to keep an eye on, because it's just a beautiful area down there.
Yeah, it really is. That part of town is growing because, also under the I-4 by that part of town, they're doing a whole thing where you can like play games, like, like, what is it? Like, I don't know.
Cornhole, probably.
Yeah, basketball courts, tennis courts. They're gonna have like.
I heard soccer too. I heard they were putting a soccer field in.
So that'll be really fun, because especially in downtown, they're trying to make it more family friendly instead of just only party. So that's also good. Even though downtown could be a little small and compact, but they're adding a lot of really cool, fun things to do out there as well. So I'm excited about that. The Monroe, definitely recommend it, guys. Visit their Instagram as well so you can check them out. For sure. Now let's talk about our little fun adventures out in Southern Hill Farm.
I didn't know what you were gonna say there.
And tell me the bullshit that not the bullshit. Let me take that back. What I had to do beforehand with those donuts.
Oh, I feel so bad about that.
No, don't feel bad at all. Like, I'm glad that we did it because those donuts were good. But like, we waited over an hour. I was probably there maybe like almost 2 hours waiting.
So, for those of you who are like in the donut scene here in Orlando, there is a gal who she's a one-woman show. She's an incredible baker. Her name on Instagram is Orlando, like Dough. And her donuts are fucking incredible. They're amazing. And she moved out of Orlando to another state. I think she moved to Seattle possibly. And she did a very last pop-up of making her donuts for Orlando before she moved away. And I just said to Johnny, like, hey, can you go pick up these donuts for me? Because I was at work, of course, where am I every freaking weekend? At work. And I was like, because the place where she was having the pop-up was just like 5 minutes from your house. Yeah. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, you get up whenever you get up, like around 1, you drive down there, you grab a couple donuts and you go home.
No, if I would have done that, Steph, those donuts would have been gone. I literally got there when they opened and there was already a fucking line.
Like, I didn't expect that. Honestly, I didn't
either. Like, I wasn't expecting that either. But like, I'm not mad. I'm not, and I wasn't expecting that. But the wait was worth it. The donuts were good. You know me, I love anything lavender, and that had that lavender blueberry chocolate chip cookie donut.
She just has like a lot of really cool flavors. Yeah. Flavor combinations. She did these really awesome Harry Potter donuts that were very detailed as far as the aesthetics and the flavor palettes. But so you went ahead and got these donuts for us, and then the next day I was off, and we met each other at Southern Hill Farms, and we had a little breakfast picnic with all our donuts in the parking lot, and then we went and picked sunflowers.
Saw the sunflower fields, saw the strawberries. That was my first time there. It was fun.
Like, that was my first time there too. So yeah. I always want to go, but like I said, I work literally every weekend, so I never get the chance to go because they only have, I believe the farm is open year round, but they only have like these picking seasons at certain times. So in the fall,
blueberry wasn't on there now, even though they have the blueberry trees or whatever bushes or whatever in season now. It was
so I've always wanted to go like in the fall time because that's kind of like a fall activity. But honestly, I'm so glad that we went when we did because I would not have wanted to do that in the heat.
Yeah. It was cold that day.
The day that we went, it was cold, but it was perfect because I would not want to be there when it's hot. Not at
It
all.
was beautiful. Like I could literally spend like longer times on those in the sunflower fields. Like it is such a beautiful place to take pictures, do a photo shoot. Those sunflowers were gorgeous, and you have to pay. I think it was like $6 so you
Six
can go
dollars.
to go to the sunflower field, and then with $6 you get to pick one sunflower, and then any additional one is just $2, which is nothing. And those were huge. They were gorgeous. I got a couple of sunflowers so I can bring to my mom and my sister, and they absolutely loved it. It was so much fun, like going
The
out there.
past 2 weekends they did BOGO on flowers. So
Really?
yeah, the past 2 weekends.
Oh, we need
So
to go.
just keep an eye out for that maybe in the future. But what I want to tell you is if you want to get the cream of the crop, you need to go towards the beginnings of, like, I think we went the second or third weekend that they had flowers.
Yeah.
Because as the weeks progress, all the flowers are starting to get cut away.
Yeah.
So, and even when we were there, the strawberries were kind of barren, wouldn't you
Yeah.
say?
It was, but remember, you got to go further back in the fields. And since
Yeah.
we were going to pick strawberries, it was like there was no point for us to go all the way in the back because we kept seeing people with all their boxes, and there were big, beautiful strawberries. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, so
And they were a lot cheaper than they'd be at Publix. So
yeah, that's true. And then we got to ride the tractor, which was nice.
Yeah, we did get to ride a tractor.
And I liked how they had like the different food trucks there.
Yeah.
They also have all of the different like activities for kids to play at. So we made a cute little story time video talking about it, but we're going to be posting more videos about like different fun family activities to do out there. They have these fire pits out there. They have a really cool little rooftop area where you can kind of relax at and eat your food out there if you want and just enjoy the beautiful.
We got a blueberry grilled cheese sandwich.
It was good. I liked it. Yeah.
But if you guys want to go in the fall, which will probably be their next big event,
pumpkin picking.
Just check out their website because in the fall time you do need to purchase tickets. I don't know if that's like a yearly thing or if that was a COVID thing so that they could keep track of how many people. Yeah. Because there were actually in the fall some weekends that I was going to go, but then like the 1 or 2 weekends I was off, the 1 or 2 weekend days I was off, they were sold out. So they do keep track in the fall how many people are coming.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind going in the fall and checking them out as well. So that'll be kind of fun. And the upcoming event that's kind of similar to, well, not similar, but somewhat the Strawberry Festival.
Yeah, I'm so bummed. They're one of my favorite bands, which is Boyz II Men. They're coming, but I'm unable to go because I have to attend a friend's party, like a retirement going away party that night. So I'm not gonna be able to go, but I love Boyz II Men. But you go on their website, you'll see like they have a lot of big acts coming. So they have concerts on the weekends, I guess, and then they have carnival rides and carnival food.
Yeah,
that's my favorite part, the carnival food.
Yeah, the different.
I'm talking about a deep fried Oreo. I'm talking about a corn dog. I'm talking about a big heaping pile of cheese fries.
And a lot of strawberry themed food as well too.
Oh yeah.
You know, like their funnel cakes, you know, with the different strawberry, you know, syrups.
And before anybody jumps on our dick about this, it's not in Orlando. It's out like a little past. What would you say? Isn't it like
in Plant City or something?
It's in Plant City, yes. So
not that bad of a drive, but you know, some people can be anal about it. It's worth the drive. It'll be a fun family event, or even.
That's out there by Sir Henry's in Plant City.
Yes. So it's actually starts tomorrow, March the 3rd through the 13th. Okay. So it'll be going on for a little bit time. So hopefully we can go check it out. Maybe this weekend or the following or something like that.
I want to see Boyz II Men. Would you go see Boyz II Men if I said let's go? If I could go. I
mean, I like their music, but I'm not like a fanatic, so I wouldn't say no.
The tickets weren't bad either. I think they were like $35.
No, not bad at all. And like I said, I've never been, so it would have been kind of fun to check it out and obviously make videos and talk about it to, you know, promote it because it is a really big event that they do every year. So, and I've heard about it, you know, all the years that I've been living here and stuff, but I just never Never been.
Also, if you're looking for a deal on tickets, you can go to any Publix, and Publix are selling discounted tickets for $8 instead of 10 for adults.
Ooh, that's good to know.
Did you see the Publix reply to that story that I made about that Valentine's Day story?
I saw that. I was like, holy crap, that's pretty cool.
I tagged Publix in the story, and they immediately messaged back saying, "We aim to please." And I was like, "Thank you, Publix."
Yes, Publix doesn't disappoint. I was craving their chicken tenders over the weekend, and normally that, like, for whatever reason, when I crave chicken tenders from them, they always have like on their website or newsletters or whatever that their Publix chicken tender subs are on sale. But unfortunately, me craving it this past weekend, it wasn't on sale. But what was on sale, which I wasn't expecting, was their 3-piece chicken tender combo.
Oh, hell.
50 cents, whatever, no big deal. But I was gonna.
And those are fat tenders too. They're fat and juicy.
Fat and juicy, and I got me some mac and cheese. They have the Publix here by me. They have white Gouda mac and cheese, which is good, but I prefer the yellow mac and cheese. And it was like, and then in my potato wedges, and dip it in my honey mustard sauce. I was like, so Publix.
A meal after my own heart.
Right? Exactly. Well, I'm glad that we got to catch up and kind of explain, we'll talk about some of the things we've been doing and, get a little bit more personable about our lives and just kind of catching up with everybody,
Definitely. Well, again, guys, if you have Apple Podcasts, go ahead and leave us a 5-star review and write about how wonderful you think we are and how much fun you have listening to us. I mean, I guess if you want to say something funny and rude, you could say something funny and rude too. I mean, well, we sometimes have fun reading the rude comments people leave on TikTok, but follow us on TikTok, follow us on Instagram. If you have other friends that like to have fun and not be boring, pass our stuff on, send it to the group chat. We get a lot of positive feedback, people saying like, I just love watching your stuff. Like, I'm always finding new things. And I went here that you talked about, and I went to this place. And, so we enjoy hearing people's experiences about the things that we do. So
exactly. And we get to learn a lot of new things too, because before doing this, I didn't know there were so many cool things here in Orlando for things to see and do. Like, it's awesome. It's awesome. So I'm glad that we're doing this. But yes, guys, listen. Make sure you follow, leave us comments, let all your friends and family members know. Tell your dogs, tell your cats to listen as well. The more, the merrier.
All right, guys. Well, until next time, we will see you soon.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.